What is today? Oh my God. Happy Wednesday? Is it Wednesday? Yes. Okay. I had to think for a second. Shout out, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Welcome back to Reality Water Cooler. I am Sarah from Texas, and this is our place to chat all the latest reality TV gossip and Jeff Lewis Live and the Jeff Lewis Live After Show. If you were lucky enough to have the app work for you, because I was not. It was effing up all over the place today. I posted about it on my Instagram story. It was giving me a content not available. This was literally maybe 40 minutes after the show started. I tried to listen to it. I did have an hour-long phone call with two content creator friends of mine this morning. So I was a little extra busy, working on stuff for my show, answering emails, ordering stuff, blah, blah, blah. So I was a little bit delayed, but not even that much. And normally I can also scroll up to my notifications or whatever it's called, your push notifications on my phone and see the reminder that Jeff Lewis After Show has started and push that. That wasn't where, I closed out all my apps. I was trying everything. I even went into the app and was typing in, uh, oops, I brought my, okay. Even I typed in Jeff Lewis Live After Show, and that's where I think it was saying content not available. And I was like, oh my God, I cannot win for losing with this dang app. I swear to you. So, also, I think when I was listening to the Jeff Lewis Live show, I think it fast forwarded somehow because all of a sudden I'd only listened to maybe 15, 20 minutes of it. And then all of a sudden it went towards the end and they were taking phone calls. I was like, no. And then they started talking about being hard on or teasing Paige about her hearing, like talking loud. And I was like, wait, I didn't hear any of that. So even that was messing up. So, anyways, let's get into shout out news. Oh, and also, real quick, I did tease this on my Instagram. By the way, I am on all platforms at Jeff Lewis Obsessed, and I try to post on them all and answer or at least see all the messages, see all the comments. I do try my best, but I promise you, Instagram is where I'm at 99% of the time. It's just easier to get my DMs that way, I feel like. It's easier and quicker for me to post stories on. So if you want to know what's going on, if you want to check somebody's something, check my Instagram stories. That's probably where it's at. Anyways, but I did tease some big changes. I kind of mentioned it yesterday. Um, as of Monday, after some thoughtful consideration, some professional advice from some other creators and friends, I am going to only be live on YouTube on from now on for Reality Water Cooler, 12 Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern. All that stays the same. It's still free Monday through Friday. And then it will go up about 10 minutes later as a full podcast. The video podcast is always available on Spotify. Again, all of that is free, but adjust your settings. Make sure you have a YouTube account. Make sure you have a podcast account, which is super easy. You don't even need an account. You just go to iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple Podcast. If you need any technical help, send me a DM on Instagram and I'll be happy to help you. But that's where I'm going. Just it is so hard to do three different cameras. I'm on my TikTok on my iPad. I'm on my phone on Instagram. I'm on the computer for YouTube, which right now is doing YouTube, Facebook group, Facebook page, and live on Twitter. And then it goes all up as a replay. But it's just too much. And like I said, after some advice, I'm going to go to one computer, which will be great for when I travel. I love traveling and bringing y'all along with me, whether it's a professional trip, a fun trip, or a personal vacation, which we love to do. It'll just be easier on all things. And it just takes a lot of time to set everything up in those ways. So anyways, again, it will be YouTube live. I still want to chat with y'all on comments. I still love when y'all ask me questions, when you give me advice, when you tell me your thoughts on the show, tell me your thoughts on the guest, everything. And plus on YouTube, it saves all those comments. It doesn't do that anywhere else. So on the YouTube replays, you can hit a button that says live chat under live, and it will show you all the chats that we talked about. So anyways, No more Instagram Live. I know. It'll be an adjustment, but you'll get through it. I promise you, everything will be fine. Okay. And there's always the podcast too. Shout out for that. Okay, and later today, I'm going the same link that is on the ticket event link, the Eventbrite, the same SLS Beverly Hills. This is only for people that are considering, if you haven't already, staying at the SLS Beverly Hills Hotel with us Saturday, January 20th, or a lot of us are doing Friday, January 19th through the 21st and just making a whole freaking weekend of it. So if you have not yet decided to do that and booked your room, they are at capacity, but they are adding 5 more rooms at the $319 plus tax rate, which is amazing. So you can call them and get that rate, or you can do the link and I will repost it again later. And I haven't gotten a ticket update. I have a phone call tomorrow, Thursday, but I don't know how many tickets are left. But get your ticket now if you're at all considering going to the January 20th show in Las Vegas. Oh my God, in Hollywood. Why Vegas is on my brain. Anyways, okay, I'm just off. My kids went back to school today, it was a long break. I'm happy for them, but it's just, getting into the routine of everything. But also, y'all know that this is my 3rd year that I've been mentoring this little girl, and I went to go mentor her this morning and she wasn't there. So sometimes she's late, sometimes she is absent, but I don't know. She's just on my brain because I feel like when kids miss a lot of school, there might be things going on that I'm not aware of. She's only 4th grade, so I don't ask her all the ins and outs of her family life. So anyway, she's just on my heart a little bit extra because I normally mentor her on Wednesdays. So anyways, and if you can ever take the time to mentor, contact your local school. Elementaries do them, junior high, middle school, high schools, all kids of all ages. So you can do it where you work. A lot of companies are super flexible, thankfully, and super encouraging of you volunteering 30 minutes of your time a week to mentor with a kid. So you can easily do that by contacting your local school. Okay, that's enough of that. Let's get into shout out news. Haven't had time to watch the Rick and Kelly show lately, but we chatted a little bit about Jeff being super encouraging of Kelly Dodd going on tour with Shannon and Vicky, which I have my tickets for March 13th. Some of you might even fly in for the show. Oh my God, and come to dinner with us. That would be amazing. I know there's a lot of people that still want to get a ticket table together. So make sure you join the Jeff Lewis Obsessed Facebook group. And then under events on that is a link with the ticket sales. We can chat. Everyone can get a table together for that information, but especially if you want to fly in for that. Anyways, but Kelly Dodd is still coming at Tamrat. She is digging in deep to this feud, which I guess makes sense, right? I don't know if this is going to do well for her. I have no idea if she even wants to go on tour. I assume she would bring Rick with her and they would still do their show, even because I think in Texas, I know they start March 13th in Houston. I think the next day they fly to Austin and do that show. And then I think they're done. But those are weekdays. Those are Wednesdays. Wednesday is the show in Houston. And they do a smash show every day, a smasher, Rick and Kelly. So they would have to do it live on, while traveling, which they've done before. So I'm assuming she would bring Rick with her, but I don't even know. Somebody let me know if they've watched it today, if she has mentioned even one. Oh, Miss Beckland, Kelly said she would do it. Okay. So with that said, why hasn't whoever the event producer is or Vicky and Shannon reached out and made that happen? I think it's a done deal that it's Shannon and Vicky. They clearly are not at this point, I don't think, gonna add anyone on, but who knows? There's graphic work, there's artwork, there's contracts, there's travel. There's all sorts of crap I'm learning through my event producer, who's amazing. I'm learning all this about my very first live show this in 2 Saturdays from now. Oh, so somebody said she watched today and she said that she would do it. Wow. Thanks for the insider scoop, Billy. I haven't been able to watch it yet. By the way, I think I was the only Bravo fan that did not make time for Real Housewives of Salt Lake City episode 1 premiere last night. I mean, not premiere, reunion, whatever. I got busy. I was talking to my friend Angela, who's amazing. She was hyping me up for the live show, giving me information, talking logistics, all sorts of stuff. I went to go do body pump. So that always takes time. Came home, was chatting with the kids and the husband about stuff. And, today was the first day back to school. So I was like yelling at everyone, make sure your computers are charged, make sure your laptop's in your backpack, blah, blah, blah. My son was doing laundry at the last minute, all the things. That's, mom life and wife life. But I didn't make time to watch Salt Lake City because I knew I had to be up early for my mentor who ended up being absent and I had to drive home without seeing her. Anyways, but I didn't even have time to watch Hollywood House Lift episode 7, which actually is supposed to premiere on Wednesdays. We know it's been dropping on Tuesdays, so make sure you check out Amazon freebie for that. But I don't even care. I mean, I don't think I missed anything from episode 1 of Salt Lake City. All I saw, I did watch it on Peacock, so I think they still are bragging that it's like, cuss words or, unfiltered, whatever they're calling these episodes on Peacock. Normally I record it on Bravo, on my DirecTV, but I watched it on the app today since it was available. I didn't see anything different. I don't know that there's anything I saw or heard that you didn't see or hear that you couldn't live without. So it's kind of like when they started doing that with the Vanderpump, and I was like, these extended versions, and you're going to hear the cuss words. Nobody told me it was even worth it to waste my time. So I would rather just watch it live. That way there's no spoilers on Instagram and I know what's going on. I don't even care that I watched it. All I could see was that Monica proves to me that she's a fan, which is great. We're all fans of Housewives. But I don't like when these housewives act like, oh, we don't even watch TV. Sorry, I'm fixing my hair. We don't even watch TV. We don't even know what's going on. I don't even watch that show. No, I love that Monica is a fan. I think in 2024, if you were going through the entire casting process and you're going to act like you have no idea what Housewives is, I'm calling BS on that. Like literally, you know exactly what it can do for you. You know the risk, you know the social media hate, you know that the doxing, you know how they can come at your family, you know the money you're going to make, you know how they're going to sell all your merch and all your, when you say something like, you're going to have a tequila, you're going to have a bourbon, you're going to have a perfume, all the crap. Don't come at me with this BS of, oh, I didn't even know what Housewives could do for me. So she just sounded more like a fan. The way she was cussing and just calling people names, again, she sounds more like a troll Finsta account, which she is, this whatever it was called, I don't even know. It wasn't even that big. Like, I don't know if people have unfollowed it. But it's like 3,000 to 5,000 people. I mean, it wasn't like this thing was explosive. So I don't know. Unless people, like I said, have just unfollowed it lately, which you would think the opposite, because I never heard about it until they were talking about it. I never knew what that account was. Anyways, but besides that, Hollywood House Lift episode 7 was everything and more. I loved it. That was it on that. Yes, I took so many notes on this though. So it comes in, don't forget, in episode 6 is when they had the feud with Megan. So basically they're at lunch at Hugo's, which I was hoping to go to in LA. I might still try to squeeze it in, but I don't think it's walking distance to Tom Tom or Schmitty's or High Tops, which I want it to be. That's where I want our dinner to be. So that's why I will be letting y'all know the itinerary, the ones that are coming to the January 20th event in Hollywood. Join the Facebook group. There's an event there, and that's where the itinerary will be. So make sure you're in that. There's also a super active Facebook chat, but don't ask me how to get into that. I just know it's there. I know I'm in it. I know it's super active and super organized. We know who's flying in, where. We know what dinners y'all are going to Friday night. We know everything we're doing Saturday soon. It's going to be so fun. But so they have this Megan argument, and Jeff came in hot. So on episode 7 now, they're talking about it because Andrew Coleman comes into lunch a little bit late, doesn't know anything about that Megan was there, and she stormed off. But I sort of love that Tyler and Shane actually kind of came at Jeff a little bit. They were like, Tyler said, because Andrew's like, what happened? And Tyler's like, Jeff came in hot at Megan, and Shane said the same thing. And I just love that they kind of defended Megan, but also kind of put Jeff in his place. Like, hey, you kind of did this yourself, right? He's literally trying to control who sees someone else's body. I have no idea what y'all are talking about. Okay. Okay. Marita on YouTube says, I haven't looked, but I was listening to Bravo Brothers, and yeah, they said the following was really low and then blew up after the finale. At 45,000 now. Now that makes a lot more sense to me that more people are following it now. I think it was 3,000 to 5,000 when they showed it on that screenshot on the season finale. And then whenever I went and looked at it, it was like a number 2. So it was like it had been taken down and then it had been put back up with a number 2 one. Who knows? Andrew Coleman, though, somebody reached out to me yesterday or the day before and was like, how is Andrew Coleman doing? Well, now we see on this episode 7, which we don't know exactly when it was recorded. They filmed season 2 from, I want to say, March to like October, November of 2022. So a long time. So since we're on episode 7, I'm going to assume this is maybe August-ish, but I really have no idea the timeline of when this was. But we know that Andrew says that he is going to have another treatment. I talked to him somewhat recently, and he was doing well. I don't know how he's doing right now, though I did text him this morning just to check on him and let him know that I was loving his pearl necklace that he wore in episode 7. I think he's so good. He is just he's grown from flipping out. So for those of you that still talk about, oh, he was a liar, he said this, he said that. I think he was leaning into the fun of a reality TV show. He was much younger. I absolutely trust him as a human being, adore him so much. But also, I think he was just leaning into the reality show and giving them something to talk about. I don't feel like he was lying necessarily about being what do they call it? Like a rich person's kid. What's it called? Oh my God, when you have money. And remember on Flipping Out, he was saying that he had to work a little bit because that's how he gets his money from his parents. Well, whatever it's called whenever you have money. I don't have money, so I wouldn't know. Kate Bosworth on the show. No personality. I love her outfit. Testicular cancer is trust fund, baby. Yeah. Testicular cancer is what Andrew Coleman has. Hopefully had. We don't know an update yet. I don't even know her, but I don't attempt to know these actors because I really don't make time to watch real TV or movies. I really watch reality TV and of course listen to Radio Andy. Her property is nice. I want a freaking pavilion in my backyard for sure. I don't know. I have heard rumors months ago of what she was going through and maybe why she was kind of off the grid a little bit. I think Jeff probably heard the same rumors that I did, or he probably knows the facts. I just heard rumors sent to me from somebody, from some fan, about why she was off the grid. So it sounded like it was something obviously personal going on in her life. But Jeff does. He's used to making very quick decisions and moving quickly and kind of moving on to another job. So when someone is not answering or someone's not being that tuned in on these design meetings, I think that kind of bums Jeff out. Like he wants to know that where he's going is the right thing that these people want him to do, right, with their houses. Did you see Frank the contractor? He's so cute. His wife is so lucky. Oh my God. He's so cute. He's good with his hands. I think he used to drive a Range Rover, right? Even years ago on Flipping Out. The fact that he is still a contractor for Jeff freaking Lewis, though, tells me he's got kahunas because nobody could deal with Jeff Lewis for that long. And just, clearly he's good at his job. Jeff isn't even flirting with him because he's a straight man married with kids. But I love that even on Flipping Out, I remember a scene where Jeff did not have Monroe, or maybe she was a baby. I cannot remember. I don't think she had Monroe. And he was ribbing Frank for like not being available at like 9 in the morning. He was like, look, I take my kids to school and I'm never going to adjust that for you. So I think that was eye opening to Jeff. And obviously, we all do a 180 when we become parents, right? Like we eat lots of crow and like, oh, I would never, my kids will never, I will never do that. I will always do this. I mean, we make a lot of pivots when we become parents, right? But I love Frank. He was on the so it looks like they're redoing a lot of Kate Bosworth's backyard, but they find this gopher, or I think Jeff found it, a gopher either stuck in the spa or he couldn't get out, or maybe it just didn't want to come out. Jeff is such a huge animal lover, though. He has a Frank make like a little ramp for the dude to get out, and he's like, Shane is checking on him. I mean, I was just dying. Did y'all hear the joke they made about bears? Oh, because they talked about Kate says bears get in her swimming pool, and they were like, oh my God. And then Jeff said, oh, we have bears in LA too, but they're not the kind of bears that we want to be involved in. So a bear, if you don't know from Jeff Lewis or the gay community, bears are in general a little bit fluffier in weight and very hairy or somewhat hairy, maybe a beard, maybe lots of hair. I think of like somebody that wears like a cap or something. So that's a type, just like a twink, a twunk. What are other gay gay scenarios or gay options, whatever you want to call it, themes, whatever it's called. Anyways, types, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, that's definitely not Jeff's type at all. I mean, look at Gage, look at Scott, look at Stu. Very thin, very tall, very cute, very in shape, and not so hairy, right? So that's definitely not, and no facial hair. Yeah, did any of them have facial hair? No facial hair at all. Anyway, so cute. But I love that. He makes that joke though. What else? Did y'all like Regina Hall's small bathroom? The one with the bright floral pinkish wallpaper? It's kind of a weird layout because of the layout of the house. Love the big bathroom though. I mean, he called it a dusty pink paint. Oh my God. If he wouldn't have said it, I think I would have wondered, oh, it's a white or a cream. I don't think I would have picked up that it was a pink. I love that. And I sort of want to rent the darn house just to see what it looks like, the whole darn thing. It was so cute though. I love the shower. They were kind of like glass doors, but they almost had a tiny, tiny pane. Loved it too. The guest one, the powder room as they called it, wasn't my absolute favorite, but I tend to be way more traditional than Jeff. Like I do have gold hardware or whatever they call it, honey bronze, I think mine is called, and some of my stuff, but my design palette is a lot more traditional than Jeff's more modern, more hip, more cool stuff for sure. What did you see the Fresh products? He was like, oh, I put some of Fresh stuff in there. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, we don't have much time, but let's get into today's Jeff Lewis, Kristen Takeman, and Paige Davis. Oh my God, I love those two friends so much. They're probably having lunch right now afterwards. Like I just envision them just like they did a while back. They walked over to the Ivy together. It was so cute. Like I think they've become really good friends. Oh, Lisa on Instagram says not big on black paint or removing a bathroom window. Yeah, I think window is always good. Ooh, I love it. It's working. Kim says I bought a Fresh for my dishwasher. I've still got my samples in my bag. I have not unpacked the Hollywood House Live gift bag yet. Oh my God. Yeah, Cynthieri. Cynthia Riba, actually like Kristen and Paige. They are light and bright. I love that. Yes, Diane says, from Reality Cowgirl, I told my husband I wanted to do a remodel. He was like, oh God. Because I mean, if we are inspired by Jeff Lewis and his aesthetic, his spending money, it's going to be expensive, right? Oh my gosh. Let's talk, Diane. I would recommend my guy that's in Pearland for sure. No contract. If you have ever done remodeling work, it is nothing ever goes perfect. You really have to let some things go. But overall, I definitely liked the guy that I use. Somebody answer what Paige is, because I could answer that, but somebody answer what she is. So they start off the show with Jeff talking about these people that want to do ads on his Jeff Lewis Live, and Weight Watchers wants to. I mean, first of all, that sounds like bukus of money. I mean, that's a national company, Weight Watchers. And then they asked Kristen and Paige, do you weigh yourself every day? I don't remember what Paige said. I almost feel like she said that she does, I don't remember what she said. Jeff clearly weighs himself multiple times a day. I think he pre-poop, after poop, dinner, after dinner. I think he totally, who says I'm a swinger? You're a swinger? I don't like, Darla says, I don't like when people paint wood. I prefer natural grain. What did they paint? Was that those? I thought that was tile that looked like wood in that thing. Or do you just mean, oh yeah, I used my Afresh. I've owned Afresh for years. So I actually did, I cleaned my washing machine this weekend. Robin says I got the Afresh from Amazon for the washer. Yeah. Anyways, but Kristen definitely, and she is so thin. I mean, she's looks to be naturally thin. I mean, you can see she's just a tall, small boned, hot model, and so nice. But anyway, she says if she tries on her jeans and they don't fit or she can't sit comfortably, she just goes to the next section of her closet. So she is my kind of girl. I definitely probably have 2 or 3 different sizes of jeans in my closet. I don't get rid of them until I absolutely know they're too big or too small. And then I just rebuy because, thank you for buying a badge. Who was that? Allison? Yes, thank you, Allison. But I won't, I'll just rebuy them because I feel like the styles change, the color, the distress, the not the distress, the dark, the light, the medium of it all, the tight ankle, the flare ankle, the straight leg. I mean, geez Louise, all they do, save it all. If you've got the time and my OCD just makes me get rid of stuff. Like I always think I'm going to donate it. Other people can use this quicker than I don't want to donate something when it's out of style. I'd rather donate things when it's in style. So, and somebody else can actually use something. So, and I have the funds to just rebuy things. But I mean, the way jeans change all the time, that's all they want you to do. It always comes back. I mean, always the flare leg, the tight, everything. Thank you, Debbie. Y'all are buying badges. Thank you so much. What else? Okay, this came up because Jeff was talking about weight. But this was actually on Hollywood House-Up when he's talking to Megan at one point when they have he says, here's the hot seat, and they kind of have their chatted out moment at his rental house. He's drinking like a soda or like a orange or a red drink. He's drinking something that's a lot of calories. This is what I've always noticed at on Flipping Out, and then still to this date. And at the $10,000 dinner, he was having, I think he had 1 martini, he had a coffee, an espresso after dinner, or no, I think he had a regular coffee, but he had a couple of teas that night. Melanie, if you're on, remind me, I think he was adding sugar to the tea. I can't remember. Oh, I love that, Debbie. You're able to catch the live show. Well, go back to the beginning because I won't be on Instagram as of Monday. So sorry. Starting Monday, January 15th, I'll be live on YouTube. I will promote the heck out of this, but there'll always be people. What? You never told me. I will. And then it will go up as a podcast everywhere. And the video for the podcast is up on Spotify. They're the only ones that allow a video at this point. Everybody drink. Mention the $10,000 dinner again. I mean, if you go to a $10,000 dinner with Jeff Lewis, I bet you'd mention it every once in a while too. But the reason I bring that up is because I've seen him drink his calories. If he could just drink water or flavored water that doesn't add calories, and not that he needs to lose any weight, but the alcohol, I mean, I think he drinks more calories than he eats, which I would rather eat my calories, like for sure. Did you hear the caller at the end that brought up, if you have not listened to it, it's a really good podcast. Paige Davis, substituted, whatever you call it. She was on for one of the people on, oh crap, Moms Love Bravo. Shit, I'm getting the account wrong. It's a huge account. I'll remind people. Somebody in the comments remind me what it is. Bravo Moms? Real Moms of Bravo. Real Moms of Bravo, is that what it is? Moms of Bravo. Okay, thank you. Two women. One had something going on with her daughter, so they asked Paige Davis to come on. Paige Davis is a huge Housewives fan. I mean, she knows, she's practically like a historical, secretary for the Housewives. Like, she literally knows everything. But the podcast was so good, but she spilled some tea, which I shared on my Instagram story. So you had to keep watching me on Instagram. That Sutton, she has waited on her like 20 times at least at the place where she works, which I won't say because it's private information. And Sutton has never been nice to her once. The only time she was ever vaguely nice is when Garcelle was having lunch with her and they asked her to take the picture of her and Garcelle, and they posted that picture on Instagram and she was nice to her. Very interesting. I didn't get to listen to the after show at all because the app was freaking messing up. So we are going to have like 12 minutes to chat. So let me know what you want to chat about. Today was MJ and Jamie Kennedy. Y'all can tell me what they said. I just won't get to listen to later because the app was freaking messing up. Let me know in comments. Did you love Kristen on Ultimate Girls Trip? Do you think she'll be invited to go on other stuff? Yeah, somebody says it was disappointing about Sutton. Jeff said it was the first time he had heard her say that. Like, a caller called in, forgot what the caller's name was, and asked about that podcast. And Paige was like, "Yeah, sorry to say it, but she's not nice to the staff." So, oh, Bravo Mom is your friend? I love her. Do you mean the Bravo Mom? Is that what she on Ashley on TikTok? I love her too. She's a good friend of mine. Oh, thank you, Marguerite. Hit the like button for Sarah. Please, wherever you're watching, hit the like button, the thumbs up button, make a comment, all the things. It all helps. Oh, I wish I'd listened. Martindale 5 says, OMG, MJ on the after show was hilarious. She's such a shit starter. Enjoy, even when it doesn't make sense. I love that. Miss Lupo, Annette, I've never laughed so hard for the last 2 episodes of Ultimate Girls Trip. It was beyond stellar. I loved it. I thought it was, but not even laughed. The last episode 5 of it, I'm obsessed with that water thing, whatever they called it, Ziba, whatever it was called, where they relax you in the water and make you feel like the first moments with your mom who gave birth to you. And you feel like she's wrapped her arms around you. I mean, y'all, I am days. I just looked at the date, which I knew it was coming up. I'm days away from the anniversary of losing my mom. So it's always on my mind, the memories that my mom left me with. But a lot of those kind of hoity-toity, whatever things, the ring, the bowl, all the whatevers that they do on these Ultimate Girls Trip shows don't impress me. But that water thing, the fact that when Luann, who else loved it? Luann loved it, Dorinda and Kelly Ben-Simone. That really made me want to try it. It looked like something I would try. Oh, I love that. A lot of times MJ gets so much hate, so I love when I find people that like her. MJ is my girl, Cecily says on YouTube. Love that. Yes, Sarah. Yes, love Kristen. So authentic. Totally showed up. Kelly. Yeah, Kelly was being such a bee. My goodness. By the way, shout out to Sarah in London. She has given me so much good, like professional free advice on my live show. So shout out to her. Um, she practically wrote an amazing intro for me. Like literally, this show is going to be so fun. I have so many fun surprises for y'all. Uh, anyways, it's going to be like no other. It's really going to be fun. But the whole weekend is going to be just such a chumpette gathering. It's going to be so fun. You won't regret it. The hotel, the hanging out all day. And what I love about it is, for the most part, you can kind of control what you're spending too. It's free to go tour with us, Chaz Dean Salon, and it's free to go to Pole Two Boutique. You can decide what you want to eat at lunch. We are going to eat at a place. Oh God, what it's called? Oh, it's downstairs. I think I've finalized dinner. Oh my God, what's the lunch? I just texted Patrick to make sure he thought this was a good place. The Farm of Beverly Hills. The Farm of Beverly Hills is walking distance from Polo 2 Boutique, and I think that's where we're going to eat for lunch. So you can control how much you want to spend there, and then we'll all go back to the hotel, or y'all can do whatever. I'll be getting ready for my live event 4 to 6, and then we'll head over there. We can obviously, anyone staying at the hotel, there's people that are going to have cars. We've got the Sprinter van. We've got Ubers that we can all share. And then for dinner, I'm almost positive we're going to do Tom Tom. So that will be so fun. Oh, Pat Tree says, lost my mom in 99 to pancreatic cancer. Horrible. Not a day goes by that I don't miss her. Yeah, and that's 1999. I just lost my mom almost 5 years ago. So it's very fresh on my brain, as it is. Yes, Kim, thank you for reminding me. So did they say that on the after show? I've got to go back and listen. Jeff and Mercedes will be on Watch What Happens Live next Wednesday, and Shane is bartending. I love that. MJ wants Jeff to give up sight glass. Why? Where does she want them to go? There's only that one, and then Tartine Bakery, which I personally am into food, although Sight Glass doesn't have a huge menu. That's my problem with them. I want selection, but I don't go there Monday through Friday like Jeff does. Jeff is a creature of habit. I mean, he reminds me of Hugh Hefner, the dude. Didn't he eat like the same breakfast or the same meal every day? Like literally the same meal. It's crazy. Oh, they went to Tartine today. That's interesting. I totally missed that. Like I said, I was on a call with some people from 11 to 12, exactly when Jeff Lewis is on. So I had to listen to it later, and then the app was messing up for the after show. So I'm a little bit whatever. Jamie won a golden claw with Jack. What? I don't know what that means. Something. I don't know. I'll definitely listen to the after show. Yeah, I think Paige goes out a lot, or at least she posts about it a lot. She's a cocktail waitress. So I think she sees what foods and pairings go well together. So I think she ordered the food for them last night, and she loves pasta. So I'm Golden Globe. I don't know what that means. Golden Globe. What are y'all talking about on Instagram? Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, wait, what happened? Amy on YouTube says, any thoughts on Brandy and Julie's Juicy Scoop yesterday? I mean, I didn't watch it. We chatted about it a little bit because I know Brandy had Julie, I'm sorry, had the diamond fake earrings on. Whatever. I guess they think it's funny. Who cares? Who cares? Yes, Debbie. Have you had a coffee reading from Pole? Pole read my coffee live in their hotel suite during BravoCon. So I've posted about it a lot, but I definitely, those would be expired because all my stories, they expire after 24 hours. But anyways, maybe I made a reel about it. I don't know. That would be from like November 4th or whatever the Saturday night of BravoCon was, because that's whenever it took me forever and cost me a shit ton of money to Uber from my hotel down to Delano Hotel. Yes. And he asked me if I was traveling anytime soon. And at the time I wasn't. I ended up having 3 trips, unexpected, amazing in December alone. And now I have this trip to LA, January 19th through 21st. So yeah, and he said big things were happening for me. Huge things are happening. Lots and lots and lots of stuff that I can't all announce yet. But one of the things that's just my own decision mixed with other people's advice is that starting Monday, January 15th, I will be live on Reality Water Cooler on YouTube only. And so get a YouTube account, figure out what your password is, find all the things. They also have a notify me button. So it's super easy to get your notifications. I'll put those links up on Instagram and Facebook everywhere, but it will be a YouTube link to watch. And then those comments stay up. So it just makes sense. All the other ones, the comments go away. So I'm always having to read the questions and answer them. And that just takes time. So now, if you look at the questions in the live chat on the replays of YouTube, or you watch live, which is obviously recommended because I love chatting with y'all, you will follow along. You'll see what the comments are. So I won't have to spend time doing that. So yeah. I don't know, Darla, where'd you see that? Darla says allegedly Kelly Dodd is going to be the third amiga with Vicky and Shannon. I haven't seen anything about that. Yes, Cecily. Hugs to all that have lost their moms. My mama right at Thanksgiving 2020. Sorry about that. Uh-oh. Deja Monet. I actually unsubscribed for Juicy Scooped after attempting to listen to the show yesterday. They had really good material to work with, but they were still fixated on the earrings. I just can't do it. I've actually heard that from a lot of people. No, Marie, good question. Marita, right. The Instagram live and all of that, there is a membership on YouTube. The same price, $4.99 a month. And I go live on that too, but Instagram is much easier. In the end, I want to get rid of YouTube. I just need Instagram to get their technology together and quit telling people that there's a wait list for my Instagram subscriber, because there's not a wait list. I have no idea why it's giving some people that error, but anyways. Oh, Up and Adam said that. Okay, I don't know. I think Up and Adam is friendly-ish with Kelly Dodd, so maybe he knows some insider information. I have no idea. No idea. Uh-oh, they were interrupting. Who were they interrupting, Amy? Are y'all talking about Juicy Scoop still? Like I said, I haven't listened to it. I have no idea. Also, the thing about my podcast or whatever, if you like to watch it, then it's an option on YouTube. If you like to watch it as a podcast, it's on Spotify, but some people just listen to it as a podcast. So this is very easy to listen to as a podcast. Also, it's under Jeff Lewis Obsessed everywhere you get your podcasts. We are going to wrap it up very soon. Tomorrow is Judge Lauren Lake and Zach Noe Towers together on Jeff Lewis Live. I will definitely be going back and listening to the after show. And I really feel like I missed some of the real show. I feel like it fast forwarded on me. Just so freaking annoying. Kelly said she wants to do it. That's why I said allegedly. Is that what he said though? Allegedly? I don't know. Who knows? I guess nothing would shock me. No, nothing would shock me. Thank you so much for joining live. It is way more fun. I love chatting with y'all so much. Make sure you're following me everywhere, liking, subscribing, commenting, all the things. If you're lucky enough to have a reality TV or a Jeff Lewis friend or family member, hit the share button. A lot of times those look like that little paper airplane. That's the share button. If you're watching me on TikTok, hit the favorites, hit the repost. Whatever you can do really helps me, and I would really appreciate it. Bye, Chumpads. See you on YouTube on Monday. On Monday.